Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed viewers from across the digital realm, welcome to another scintillating episode of Must Be Stopped, where the salacious and scandalous and the downright stupefying unfold right before your eyes. Today we embark on a titillating journey through the labyrinthine corridors of controversy. Prepare yourself, dear audience, for a veritable odyssey of epic proportions as we scrutinize the scandalous mischievous and impropriety attributed to the illustrious Ava Tyson and juxtapose them against the nefarious transgressions of the illustrious but disgraced Dr. Disrespect. And in the quest to find ignominy and infamy, we find that some things must be stopped.
Hey, what's up, Cartel? It's Guys here. So today we're diving into some heavy and serious topics that are making headlines recently. We're gonna talk about the allegations against Ava Tyson regarding inappropriate text messages with a minor and how it compares to the infamous Dr. Disrespect situation. Now, both of these situations and incidents are wrong. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's get it. So let's start with Ava Tyson. For those who don't know, or who might not be familiar with Ava, Ava's a popular social media influencer known to be one of Mr. Beast's crew members who made the sacrificial transition to become a male to female, okay? And it says, recently, Ava has come under fire for allegedly sending inappropriate texts to a minor that was at the age of 13 years old, and also being confronted on the fact that she was also in voice calls in Discord making inappropriate jokes as well. Now, these allegations obviously are going to shock followers across the board. I mean, who's going to be like, yo, my favorite content creator is talking to little kids, you know, having pedophilic tendencies and, you know, not think like, what the fuck? So according to the accuser, though, the accuser says that none of what Ava's being accused of is actually true and all the allegations are false and that there was no wrongdoings being done. So here we have a tweet from Fearbuck or Fearbuck. It says the 13-year-old minor at the time, who's now 20, responds to Chris Tyson being exposed for having sexual suggestive texts with and meeting up with him when he was just 16. Ava never did anything wrong, just made a few edgy jokes. I was never exploited or taken advantage of. I'm not a victim of anything being claimed in these videos at all. All right, so let me just say this real quick. I just made a Cody Co video. Okay? And it just seems like every single influencer has some history of this happening. And I just, like, we need a break, bro. Like, I can't be the pedo. I can't be the Skeeter Gene of YouTube, like, commentary, but like every video is just another, it's just another influencer getting exposed for doing some crazy shit. So actually, hold on, because I was not informed that he met up with him. This changes a lot. If in fact, Chris Tyson met up with the 16-year-old, that changes a lot. Because in the Dr. Disrespect situation, it was the texts were sexual and that he plausibly could have met up with the 15-year-old, I think it was. And so now, if Chris actually did meet up with the 16-year-old, after having these sexual innuendos, that can be what is said to be worse than Dr. Disrespect. Now, is it a cartel video without the infamous Louis cameo? Sexual charges? No. So Ava did issue a response on Twitter. She says, I'd like to apologize to any of my past behavior or comments if it hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best I permanently step away from all things Mr. Beast and social media to focus on my family and mental health. Now, obviously the community is not gonna just, I mean, this is like, I guess it's an apology, but the actions themselves are inexcusable. So as you can see, I mean, if you just scroll down here, you belong in jail, prison for pedo, or you're discussing, you should be in jail forever. Hey Chris, I heard you like him young. I hear you like him young. Better not ever go to cell block 1. What about the victims, trans people? We finally getting respect. The stupid stereotype. Yeah, this does set them back a few years, I'm not gonna lie. Apology is not accepted. Jail for you and Dr. Disrespect. Yo, can't believe there are people defending this. Okay, So let's get a few things out the way. So there's a stereotype in the LGBTQ plus community that some of them do portray pedophilic tendencies, right? And so in that hemisphere of people, there tends to be more than not there are. The general consensus is that there are, but that does not mean that all of them are. There are normal people in every community, but it gets portrayed and they get this image of said people being said thing. Now, if we're being honest, there are sexual offenders in every community. It's not just one specific community that only has these people. They're everywhere. There are people in your neighborhood who probably have these offenders, who have these offenses. So when it comes down to it, when it comes down to the meat and potatoes, it's unacceptable in any regard. It doesn't matter who you are, black skin, like white, like Asian, transgender, a white male, a video gamer, the president. Like, if you are that, you are that. And that's just simple. So we were also issued even more details on the response. There were more details to be heard. So it says, and I quote, "I want to add, I never groomed anyone. The person who gets brought up in these accusations, Lava GG's, has vocally supported that they are fake. Having said this, says, I want to add, I never groomed anyone. The person who gets brought up in these accusations, Lava GS, has vocally supported that they are false. Having said that, I humbly apologize to anyone I have hurt with my unacceptable social media posts, past actions, and to those who may feel betrayed by how I used to act online. To lump these two factors together to create a narrative that my behavior extended beyond bad edgy jokes is disgusting and did not happen. In past years, I've learned that my old humor is not acceptable. I cannot change who I was, but I can continue to work on myself. I don't want these accusations to impact the hundreds of people who work at Mr. Beast, which is why I stepped away." Okay. Yeah. Camera's out of focus. Okay. So both parties have issued their response now. When I first heard this, I heard this like a little bit ago, right? And I want to say this real quick because it's come to my attention that if one person gets exposed and then the next person gets exposed and people don't instantly jump to it, it's like people believe that they're avoiding it or dodging the situation. When I tell you this is fresher than being straight out of the shower. I don't know. There's let people okay, so I don't know if I could find it, but Sneako, which Sneako is always being Sneako. He comes out the gates and says that, particular influencers are dodging and da 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 da. The Dr. Disrespect situation was a lot more broad. It instantly hit. Instantly. Not only that, Dr. Disrespect, we had already previously wondered why would he get banned? Why was Dr. Disrespect getting banned? Like, where did this come from? And so when that happened, it was like, oh, this is also the connection in between. So it's like, okay, he's getting exposed, and this is also why he got banned. So that was an instant gratification of why it was way bigger and people were instantly on it. Second of all, I mean, they didn't even give people like damn near 24 hours to respond. Like, niggas didn't even get 10 hours. It was so fresh before everyone just started piling up on all the top influencers saying like, why aren't you talking about this? Why aren't you talking about, like, okay, we get it. That situation is fucked up. But I mean, can you at least give a nigga some time? Like, I didn't even get to this. I'm just now getting to this, which was what, like 2 days after this situation. Because when I report, I like to have at least both parties at least said something. Like, I would never report on something and we didn't get any information of both parties have said something or in any regard have alluded to the situation. So with that being said, here it is. Sneako just turning out once again.
Look out, Voice Critical is not going to go talk about the Chris situation because he wants to have the Mr. Beast collab. Well, you're going to
a lie.
About every other trending situation, Dr. Disrespect, Sneako, anything that goes viral goes on your main channel. Chris, associate of the biggest YouTube channel in the world, do a 4-minute clip on your channel. Stop hoping and be a journalist if you're going to be a journalist, or just say that you want to have the class.
A journalist is crazy. So I don't know how much you want to consider Moist Critical a journalist. Journalists, you know, more often than not, don't really put in their bias in a situation. So, you know, most journalists just speak on the situation verbatim, and they just tell you the information, like a Philip DeFranco. They don't really put in their bias as much as Moist Critical will literally make fun of somebody the entire time. So Charlie drops his video, right? And what happens is the community believes that he spent most of his time going off on Sneako and the less time on Chris. I said it right here. It says, instead of solely focusing on the pedophile Chris, half the video Moist Critical is going off on Sneako and dissing my circle. Nice way to deflect the situation, Charlie. Now, if you watch the video, he does state that it's not okay. He goes over Chris's bad actions and what transpired and why it's wrong. And so beyond that, I don't know what they truly want him to do. Like, I don't know what else more he can do besides that. He's only responding to Sneako because Sneako is always coming in. Sneako. Sneako has issued a verbal response. It's a lot easier to go off of that, right? And he's just combating Sneako based on the bullshit that Sneako always spews. He always spews nonsense. And he's saying that it's a cope, but it's not a cope. It's not a cope because the first of all, the video was already out. It was already out on his second channel. So you can't even say that he never spoke on it. He'd already spoken on the stream. And I'm sure that beyond the 4-minute clip, it was spoke about even more. Second of all, the video did come out. We did see a video of Charlie putting out the video. It's like, what more do they want? He talked about the video. He put it out. It's like they want him to just say, like, I don't know. Like, they just want to, like, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. They want him to just completely insult Tyson the whole way through, and then that's it. Like, he's already issued the response. He's already said that it's bad. What more do they want? And it's just this cycle of just like everybody keeps getting exposed for being a pedo. It's just constant. Like, everybody's getting exposed. Like, why can't nobody just deal with people around their age group? I don't get it, man. Oh my gosh, it's disgusting, bro. So look. We have a senior correspondent on the scene. So look, it says, bro, L take, not gonna lie, you literally, that's a literally. Okay, bro, not gonna lie, L take from you. Literally, the first 11 minutes of the video is about the situation, and other minutes are literally defending himself from the allegations of him being a biased commentator. Exactly. First of all, it's like they're holding Charlie at the stature. I know he's like a big YouTuber, but he's not a journalist. A journalist is not gonna bring their bias in any situation. They're gonna report on the situation and say it for what it is, and the morality of the standpoint compared to the broader audience. Now with this, I mean, you can't throw the whole video under the bus based on the fact that he didn't like do what you believe is served. He said he spoke on the situation, what everybody said he's not supposed to do. And I mean, that's that. It's like they want it to be this big thing. Sure. Okay, so like the biggest creators did. But the reason the Dr. Disrespect situation was even bigger is because everybody did. That's why it looked a lot more crazier than it seemed, because everyone spoke on it. Everyone did, like way more than just a few people, than just the biggest creators, like a Valkyrae or a Pokimane.
Well, I talked about it immediately, but Twitter didn't see that video, and the ones that did wrote it off as, oh, he's only going to put this on his second channel because he's afraid to put it on his main channel. He didn't do that for Dr. Disrespect. He was like that with Dr. Disrespect. You are provably wrong. All you had to do was activate a few fucking neurons in your noodle. So I talked about it immediately.
I mean, if it's not verbatim, then I don't even know. Like, they want to sit on this morality high ground of like, why aren't you talking about it more? He's already talked about it. They're not even happy with him talking about it. Look at this. We got a whole community note on it. Moist Critical, aka Charlie, addressed the Ava/Chris situation during his stream. They even put the date on 7/22/24. He then later uploaded the stream segment to one of his channels. Charlie has already addressed and shared his thoughts on the situation. What more do they want? But regardless of that, following more evidence, we have a video of an ex Mr. Beast employee coming out and exposing that Mr. Beast in fact knew about the situation and that is messed up. Okay, so let's see.
Hold on, let me turn off the music.
Yeah.
I'm outside Mr. Beast's studio right now. There's a cornfield. I'll explain that tomorrow. I've just been driving by looking to see, is there an FBI raid going on? What's happening? My name's Dawson. I worked at Mr. Beast from February to May of this year, 2024. Chris is the tip of the iceberg. And when Jake the Viking says Mr. Beast knew, yeah, Mr. Beast knew. I heard many times that Ava, Chris Tyson, is a major liability, but they can't get rid of her because she's already threatened legal action and she knows too much. And when all this information comes out about everything that she knew, everything other people know, I promise you on everything Mr. Beast has done. Amazon, you can get your money back.
Okay, first of all, Mr. Beast is not going anywhere. He's way too big. YouTube's not gonna get rid of Mr. Beast. Amazon, he's just way too big. Pause. But okay, I don't know. Okay. So like, yeah, I'm assuming he has worked for Mr. Beast, right? But I don't know how much actual credibility this truly is. This truly is just based off the fact that, he's riding around and he's just saying this stuff. Like, for all we know, this could be a random guy. So yes, we know that this is not okay. Okay. Let me hold on. So with that individual there making his video and, coming out and exposing that Mr. Beast knew, it does kind of spark my interest. If he knew the whole time and he was aware that Jimmy knew, why didn't he just go out and say, what the situation was for what it is? Same with Jake the Viking. Now, I'm not going to sit here and try to run defense for Chris because that's fucked up. But there, how they're trying to sit here and have this moral high ground as if like, oh, now it's all hitting the fan. Now I can come out and say something. But where was this at? It's the same thing with other people in the Dr. Disrespect situation. There were people who knew. Why didn't they come forward and say, this is what it was verbatim? Unless they were under legal action. Where if that's the case, then okay, we can give you the benefit of the doubt. But we can't sit here and act like, because there's no way he just got fired today or whenever he made that video, he probably got fired or quit. So yeah, it's pretty clear as day that Chris Tyson has been a fucking weirdo with little kids. It's the grossest thing a human can be guilty of. Crazy to see how quiet the timeline is about this, considering how loud everyone was regarding Dr. Disrespect. Interesting. Wonder why. Valkyrae then states it's because Dr. Disrespect made a public statement, exactly, confessed, which was why I tweeted my Dr. Disrespect disgusting tweet after. I think people were waiting for a public statement from Ava as well, which ended up being the worst statement ever. Both are gross people. It says, wasn't speaking on you or anyone specifically. I just remember when Dr. Disrespect news broke, I saw it on my timeline for days. This seemed like a lot less talked about and covered. So the community is being called hypocrites, and it's because, and here's why. Pokimane, Valkyrae, and Moist Critical, which is like, it feels like those are like the only three that people give a fuck about for some reason to speak on any situation regarding this. They did issue their responses. Their responses were issued. We can go to it. So it says right here, and I quote, I'm still in the process of moving, so I haven't been able to fully keep up with them in the meantime since I've been tagged a bunch. Pedophiles equals bad. Trans equals pedo. That's not true. So it says the actions of one trans person does not mean all. Exactly. There are normal people in the LGBT AB community. Like, they're normal people. The actions of one trans does not mean all. Sucks to see so many anti-trans people act as if it does. I'm hoping Ava speaks up. Dr. Disrespect is still gross. Lastly, to the incels that only tag Pokey and I to speak up, even though everybody did after Dr. Disrespect did himself, you're weird. Focus the hate towards pedos for once. Exactly. They're hating more on the people not speaking on it than the actual perpetrator. It's not insane. These people are weird and demented. They don't even understand like basic understanding, like basic where we should be directing our hate towards. Because if they truly cared, they would be talking about Chris only, not the people speaking on it. So here we got Pokimane's situation. We got Pokimane's response. So she says, I don't know the details regarding the Ava situation, but I want to make it clear any inappropriate behavior towards minors is unacceptable regardless of who you are. It's a shame that people will see this opportunity to attack the trans community as a whole. One person's action does not reflect on every single trans person. So please don't view it in that way. Exactly. Now, with that being said, here's Kai Cenat's response on the situation.
He's weird, bro. That's weirdo. Weirdo. Yes, weirdo. Yes, official Mr. Beast, bro. It's fucked up. It's weird. Weird, bro. Weird as everybody wants to see what I have to say and shit.
Right.
It's weird. Should not be like none of that shit. What a video? Let me see the tweet, bro. Whatever the tweet.
It's weird,
video,
bro.
I just heard it on some blogs and shit.
It's weird, bro.
I'm like, bro, what the fuck, bro? Like, what is going on, bro? Like, how do you see?
Exactly.
How do you know the age of someone? Knowing that you're a grown ass man?
It's still.
I don't.
It's still move forward. It don't make no type of sense, bro. It don't make no type of sense. Like, you're aware that this is a little kid, underdeveloped, doesn't even know what's happening. They don't even know they're being taken advantage of. And still move forward. It's sad, bro. It's sad that we have to live amongst these people. Like, I have to breathe the same air as these people. I have to be on the same earth as these people. It's fucked. And none of these recent situations have been a situation where it's like they didn't know or the person lied. Or with that, you can somewhat give someone the benefit of the doubt, like, okay, you should have taken the caution to figure it out if you were going to actually move forward sexually, you know? You should probably know the age of who you're dealing with, but there is like a little bit like, okay, well, they did lie, or they didn't know. But all of these situations that this person knew, fucked up, just fucked up. Now, with that being said, it's important to approach this topic with sensitivity and respect to all the parties involved, even though the allegations are what they are. The allegations of this nature are serious and can be significant and can have significant consequences. The online community obviously had so much to say about these allegations, and as you can see, the opinions are divided. Some people are shocked and disappointed, while others are waiting for more information before jumping to conclusions, which we already got all the information, basically. And so yeah, this has led to a heated discussion online and debates. Both Ava Tyson and Dr. Disrespect have faced allegations of inappropriate behavior. But let's break down why these situations are similar and also have key differences. So the first nature of the allegations, Ava Tyson's case, was in that the messages were just edgy jokes and bad humor, whereas Dr. Disrespect's situation involved sexual content. While both are undeniably wrong, the impact and scope of Dr. Disrespect's actions were more severe due to the fact that he was going to meet up with this person. Now, Chris Tyson did, which we're yet to actually have evidence of this, but it was stated that Chris met up with Lava, which is weird. But what was issued was that there was actually no sexual things happening or anything of that regard. So both really, if we're being quite honest, they both have almost an equilibrium of the situation at hand. Now, Tyson actually does weigh a little bit more based on the fact that he went through with meeting up with this person. Now, we don't know what actually transpired in the situation with them meeting up with each other, whether, things took a turn or what may have occurred. But what we do know is that if Dr. Disrespect did actually have an interaction with this person in real life, that things could have actually genuinely gone sexual, whereas Chris's situation was really just bad jokes or really just sexual jokes in a sexual manner. But that doesn't mean that he directly was speaking towards that person in that way. It could be indirectly to anyone, and the person underage was just a victim of seeing these messages or being in the group chat or whatever Discord call that they may have been in. Could be a victim of just being around that type of behavior. Let's dive a little bit deeper into why Dr. Disrespect's situation is bad and will always be bad. So one major factor is the breach of trust. Dr. Disrespect was a major public figure with a massive following, and his actions were significant betrayals to his fans, family, and streaming community. Furthermore, Dr. Disrespect's actions had a wider impact on the community and set a negative precedent. The consequences of his actions were felt more broadly leading to a wider discussion about accountability and the ethics in the streaming industry. In both cases, the importance of accountability cannot be overstated, whether it's Ava Tyson or Dr. Disrespect. Public figures have responsibility to their audience and should be held accountable of their actions, regardless of size. It is crucial for the community to stand against inappropriate behavior and support the victims who come forward with their stories. By doing so, we can help create a safer environment on the line. So where do we go from here? It's essential for both Ava and Dr. Disrespect to address these allegations properly and for any necessary investigations to take place. As viewers and fans, we should remain respectful and avoid spreading misinformation and jumping to conclusions. Let's hope that the truth comes forward and both parties can move forward in a positive manner. It's never easy dealing with such serious allegations, and it's important to support those who may be affected. And this all stemmed from XQC going on Twitter and making it known that a lot of people were not being as vocal about the situation as they were about Dr. Disrespect. XQC was one of the main culprits by tweeting something along the lines of, "I follow mostly online influential creators here, yet most have been silent about the Chris Tyson situation. Pretty deviant behavior across the platform. Weirdo. Can't wait to read some of the cope justifications on why it wasn't addressed. By the way, next time I'm adding the whole squad. Stop hiding behind the noise." And there it is, bro. That's really it, if we're being honest. You know, SUC went on, and this tweet here honestly is kind of the reason a lot of this sparked up. And though there is some merits in their statements, I believe that it was just way too quick. Now the times can be, you could probably look at the times, but for me, my personal anecdote is I had literally not even known about this issue. I had just I had just got up, right? And I scroll on the timeline and this is what I see. And I had not seen anybody talking about it, right? But it was fresh. When it first happened, it was so fresh that it was like, okay, have people talked about it? Has it even hit people's radar yet? Because I had just woke up. So it seems so like everybody just get on it in an instant without even knowing the situation. Like, for all we know, it could be misinformation, or, you know, with Dr. Disrespect, we knew it because he went on and he said it. He went out and he said it. So with that situation, it was a lot different. You know, we hadn't gotten all the juice yet. Now we have all the juice. So now if there's anybody not talking about the situation, that's on them. Okay, that's on them. Oh man, Jesus Christ. But it's just so sad to see every influencer has some history of messing with young people. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. I don't see why. I mean, you have so many options. Why the young one? Why? But oh man, that's it, bro. That's it. Oh, cross, mate. That's it, bro. I'm not getting my Mr. Beast collab no more. GG's, bro. Now, this is a developing story, so we'll have to keep you updated on all the information that comes out. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates. You know, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, whether you believe any of the situations are justified or not. What do you think of the Ava Tyson allegations? How do you feel about them in comparison to Dr. Disrespect's situation? And let's discuss them respectfully in the comments down below. Until next time, I'll see you when you're old enough. Peace.